This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
Good evening. Welcome to the Glazov Gang. Tonight, Hardball convenes all-star cast of minor celebs to attack Ryan Owen's widow. With us this evening, Daniel Greenfield from the David Horowitz Freedom Center. He's a Shillman fellow there, and he also writes the blog The Point at frontpagemag.com. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me back one more time.
You know what? The entire Glazov Gang team is blown away by the new fashion style. What's going on there?
Well, you know, it's really cold out here in California, and I just needed something to keep me warm. I mean, it's global warming, there's global cooling, there's a new ice age coming.
So it's got nothing to do with like a new cowboy thing or anything like that?
You know, I'm headed to a murder mystery pretty soon.
All right.
Since Obama lost, it's no longer the murder mystery of who killed America.
All right, well, we love the hat, Daniel.
Good. I'm kind of fond of it myself.
And I'm going to start wearing one, I think. Daniel, you and I do many of the same things. One of them, I think, is, or I know is, we analyze the left. And when I read your blog at The Point, that Chris Matthews is hardball and what he's doing on there after Trump's address to Congress, I was doing the exactly same thing, and I loved your blog on it. This was very weird. We have President Trump giving an address to Congress, and Chris Matthews' coverage has Meathead from All in the Family, Kathy Griffin, Michael Moore, and Bill Maher. It's bizarre, isn't it?
They're great American heroes. I mean, who can forget the time Michael Moore won the Vietnam War and Kathy Griffin just personally captured Hitler? These are great American heroes who should absolutely have a say on military matters and who is a real hero or not.
So this now first of all, let's just go here. What did you think of Meathead, Rob Reiner?
Rob Reiner, like much of the left, has completely lost his mind. But you know, Archie Bunker was really ahead of his time in calling him Meathead. If only he could see him now, he would be calling him Meathead that much more wildly.
Why does Chris Matthews have these people on his show to give analysis of Trump's address? What kind of news coverage is this?
It's not news coverage, but the media is no longer in the news business. It has not been in the news business for quite some time, and the media is in the entertainment propaganda business. And who better to do entertainment propaganda than actual third and fourth rate celebrities that people have we heard of?
It's a communist propaganda channel. It's bizarre. Anyway, but okay, your thoughts on this is the thing, Kathy Griffin, they're foaming at the mouth. They're just trembling. They hate Trump so much. And there's not one thing that he can do that they don't distort with complete malicious, derangement, even in terms of how Trump gave respect to the heroic SEAL and his wife. I mean, that was such a beautiful moment, and yet that show with Griffin and Moore and Mayer, they just distort all of it.
They hate Trump because they hate America. They're fundamentally cynical people, so they view everything through a negative lens. To them, they act as cynical, so Trump must be cynical. They're incapable of even believing that somebody would actually honor an American war hero because they don't see that American soldiers are worthy of honoring, so they assume it's a cynical act.
Yeah. So, you know what? I just kind of wanted to take this show to actually look at these particular individuals and why Matthews would have them on, because we laugh at them so much, but even for the sake of interest here, what is Kathy Griffin? I mean, I see her on New Year's. One of the last times, she makes all these ignorant, very, very vulgar jokes. One time she stripped naked. Anderson Cooper is standing beside her and giggling all night on their New Year's Eve ritual. It's all very childish and infantile, no?
Well, she's Anderson Cooper's very, very thin beard. Once upon a time, she used to be on a sitcom maybe 20 years ago. But really, Hollywood is full of these people who don't actually do anything except they're sort of known for something. They don't necessarily even make movies or appear on TV shows. They're just famous for being famous. This is the kind of insane celebrity culture that we have. And they really have to be doing something shocking something startling to get attention. I mean, this is Kathy Griffin, but it's also Michael Moore. I mean, what does Michael Moore actually do? He says controversial things and hopes the liberals give him money. This is this entire establishment.
How about Bill Maher? I mean, he is brave on the issue of Islam, but besides that, he's just full of hatred in terms of Trump and even this whole effort to defend and protect America.
Bill Maher, again, says controversial things so that people will pay attention to him. That's what really most of these people have in common. They say controversial things, but not too controversial. Bill Maher will actually say controversial things about Islam that are actually controversial, because when most Hollywood liberal celebrities say something controversial, they say something like, well, everybody should be forced to attend gay weddings, which is not actually controversial in their circle. So Bill Maher actually says things that are controversial in his circle, but for the most part, he says things that are controversial in middle America.
Daniel, your thoughts on Trump's address to Congress?
I think it was a fantastic address. It was very well delivered. Even people who don't like Trump have been admitting that, whether it's in the Never Trump camp or even among the Democrats and even in the media. And really, these attacks are a measure of how much the success of this address has upset them, because this was really a keystone moment of the address, honoring the Navy SEAL's wife. So they've had to pour dirt on it. They've had to attack it. They've had to undermine it. And they're focusing in on that precisely because it was a very successful moment.
Your thoughts on the picture of Keith Ellison and Debbie Wasserman Schultz sitting there as if demons see holy water being taken out of a casket?
It's just a fantastic when you look at the screen caps of all these top Democrats. Nancy Pelosi looks like she's trying not to throw up. Keith Ellison, who looks like, well, my plans have all fallen through. And Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who she's got the whole Medusa thing going on. It's just all these Democrats sitting there in white, like this is some sort of progressive Klan rally. They're all horrible and miserable, and they're thinking, oh, God, this is going to go on for another 8 years. We're not going to get the White House.
And guess what's going on? A president that does not want to destroy this country.
They're very unhappy about that. I mean, a president who doesn't want to destroy America, what's the world coming to?
And I'm very happy about it, Daniel, and I think so are you. Final words of wisdom from Daniel Greenfield?
I don't know if they're words of wisdom, but if nothing else, I think we can enjoy the humiliation, the failure, and the misery of the people who have been destroying this country for far too long. Seeing their frustration, seeing their venom, seeing their anger reminds us that they lost and that they just lose an election, because, elections happen, elections go back and forth. They are frustrated in their ability to destroy this country, to get American soldiers killed, to defame our police officers, and to turn our cities into crime-ridden hellholes. So their frustration is a good thing because it makes life better for all of us.
Amen. Thank you for coming on the show, Daniel.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in terms of Daniel Greenfield's hat and new appearance, we want to hear from you. Make comments under the YouTube videos, make comments on the website you find this show on, and email me at jamieglazoff11@gmail.com. And if the votes win, Daniel will have to wear that hat on every show. Is that a deal, Daniel?
We can even do a hat giveaway.
You know what? You are full of brilliant ideas. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Daniel Greenfield's hat giveaway coming up. Thank you for joining the Glazov Gang tonight. Please support us at jamieglazoff.com because we're a fan-generated program. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel of the Glazov Gang. Good night.